going on here? Oh, Jesus. Hey, what's up, humans? Welcome back to Jade Empire. This is episode 12. In the last episode, we finally made it to the Imperial City. A long time coming. So we join Wu today. Andromeda just dropped her antler, but we join Wu the Lotus today in the Imperial City, where when we touch down here with our great dragonfly, I wonder if it's in here, and it's not. Our party's over there. But our great dragonfly dropped us off here, and we met Princess Su Leon, Sun Leon. And she told us to talk with her immediately. And sort of gave away that she is the Silk Fox. So we made it here and we walked around and we gathered some things, but we haven't actually done anything yet. So now we are. So I hope you've been liking the playthrough so far. I have definitely been enjoying this game quite a bit. I think it's great. Definitely overlooked. Because, yeah, BioWare, you done did it again. You done did it again. I have a feeling we're going to end up in one of these cells. So that's 4 bangers in a row for these guys, unless if what came out before KOTOR, was it Neverwinter Nights, in which case 5. They were on fire, and this game is a testament to that statement I just said. If you haven't had a chance to play this game, I would highly recommend it for any BioWare fan out there. It is absolutely incredible. We have this little girl, Wildflower. She is possessed by the guardian Chai-Ka and someone else, she said. In the last episode, she said that there's a bad one in there and they argue back and forth and she can't handle it. So that's strange. We got other companions as well. Let's talk to Junda and Lena. Junda first.
Excuse me, out of my way. I've got to get these buns to the Scholars Garden. Quick, now move.
I'm very sorry. Please accept my heartfelt apologies. My husband has the manners of a strutting cock sometimes.
I seem to recall you rather enjoyed my strutting at one time, old woman.
Shush now. You'll offend the gods of decency. This poor traveler's likely to think that the Imperial City is full of indecent folk and offensive talk. Now then, after all the trouble we've caused you, is there anything we can help you with? We've got fresh buns. Just made them myself.
I don't think that voice matches that face. What the hell? I'd buy a bun if I could cram it down your yapping maw. This is not who Wu is, so it's, do you mind if I ask you two some questions?
Talk. That's all people want to do. I don't get paid to talk. I sell buns. That's what I do.
Ha! No time to talk, he says. The only time you're ever quiet is when you're eating one of my buns. Now be polite and answer some questions.
Who are you two, and what are you doing here?
We're members of the local traveling circus. I'm a fire eater and Lena is a juggler. We just sell buns on the side to make a little extra silver.
Are you serious?
Junda, could you try to be civil just this once? This buffoon of a man is Junda, and I am Lena, his wife, as he is fond of reminding me. We sell buns here in the city. Well, I bake and he sells.
What can you tell me about the Imperial City?
There is much to tell about the city, but we do need to sell the buns while they're fresh. Perhaps you could be more specific?
Tell me about the key landmarks in the city. Jesus, man. That guy's like, now he's staring at a wall.
Why don't you go and check out the Imperial Arena? It's a prosperous place to sell buns, especially before a big fight.
You and those fights. I can't stand watching them. I prefer to take walks by the wall or just gaze at the magnificent palace.
What can you tell me about the arena?
What's to tell? Fighters fight, spectators watch, gamblers gamble. It's just like any other arena, except the level of competition is very high here. I talked to Kui, the promoter, if you really want to know more about the arena. He talks more than you do, but at least he buys my buns.
Tell me more about the tavern.
It's busy, but it's a good place to get information and meet people. Best wine in the Empire, too.
How would you know, you lazy lout? You've never been outside the city in your life. Best in the Empire. Ha! Probably the only wine you've ever had.
I'd like to know more about the wall in the palace.
The wall is magnificent. It just keeps growing. Though I pity the criminals who are forced to work there. Very few ever return. The palace is truly one of our greatest treasures. The heavens have indeed blessed our empire greatly to give us such a beautiful edifice.
It's unnatural, I say. Just floating up in the air. Emperor or no, it's not right to live in a place that just floats like that.
I wanna ask you something else about the city.
What did you want to know?
I'd like to know more about the various districts.
Well, this district is called the Market District. This is where most of the buying and selling happens. Most of the lower classes live and work here.
Clearly.
And die here too. Not like those nobles and wealthy merchants over in the Golden Way or in the Scholar's Garden. Born into a life of luxury. Must be nice.
Yes, dear. Life has been cruel, hasn't it? Good work, a wonderful family, and many friends. Poor Junda. Next you'll blame the nobles for your backaches, too.
I mean, I do. I'm carrying this company on my shoulders and my back hurts. Could I go back to my original questions?
Yes, more questions. Are you sure I couldn't interest you in a bun? They're nice and fresh. Or at least they were when we started talking.
I haven't had an option to say, let me buy one, besides buy one to shove it down your gullet. Let's see here. Tell me what you know about Death's Hand.
Death's Hand? Now there's a name you don't hear often. I'm just a simple bun seller, but even I know enough to be careful who I utter that name around.
For once we agree, husband. Death's Hand is a walking nightmare. It is said that if you see him coming, then it's already too late. But enough of wives' tales. Just be careful who you mention that name to, unless you wish to draw bad attention to yourself.
Well, I'm glad I chose you two to say that to, and I'm not even going to ask this question. I should be going.
Go then. I have buns to sell, and it doesn't look like you're buying.
It is not an option.
Don't mind him. He just takes a while to get used to. Much like an ache in the bones if it lasts long enough. Eventually, you learn to ignore it. Good day to you.
Yeah, ignore it till it flares up again. When you're rendered useless. The blacksmith shop.
Welcome, welcome. Did someone from the Black Leopard School send you? No, I suppose you don't quite look like one of their students. Well, no matter. If you're looking for weapons, I have quite a good selection and reasonable rates. Would you like to see what I have for sale?
Have you heard of exhaust? Because that is super dangerous. Tell me about yourself.
Not much to tell, really. I've been working with the school for almost 20 years, like my father did before me. When they asked me to work for the school exclusively, I accepted. I'd rather have a steady life making weapons by the bunch than doing special orders all the time. And every once in a while, I get to make something unique. The masters have some amazing scrolls describing weapons I never even knew existed.
Tell me about the Black Leopard School.
Well, it's the best of its kind in all the Empire, or at least that's what I'm told. Of course, it's seen better days. Having two masters has really hurt the school, if you ask me. Seems the students spend more time bickering than fighting. But what do I know?
I'd say
If
nothing.
it was me, I'd just kick one of the masters out on his ear. I'd like to tell you which one, too, but I'd better not. Best not to get involved.
You need an exhaust fan. Someplace for all this smoke to go. Like, open a window on both sides of your building. Could I see what you have for sale?
Here you go. There's quite a lot, so take your time.
All right. So, we can buy another bar of nickeled iron, huh? The Dragon Sword. Plus drains focus, plus 25 damage over basic sword style. As an artifact weapon, the Dragon Sword will replace less powerful swords when purchased. Before we can't even... There we go. Before his departure to the unknown, the Celestial Dragon crafted the first true warrior, Liu Fang. Though Liu Fang's fists were stronger and quicker than any blade, the Celestial Dragon forged the Dragon Sword to give the warrior a weapon worthy of his skill. Hard as dragon scales and sharp as dragon's tooth, it is still one of the most formidable swords in the Empire. 10,000! And the Craftsman's Litany. Plus 5 to focus. And many craftsmen repeat litanies in their heads while they work, the repetition helping them focus. A warrior who has learned the power of such exercises can adapt their meditative nature to the battlefield with much the same results. I have the pole, don't I? Well, I'm buying that for sure. Chimney. Do you have a chimney? You shouldn't be inhaling that. Hello, commoner. Girl and boy. And nothing in here. Because we've already picked things up. I'm in the water. Already read all the things. Did all the things. I'm looking for shops. Gate to the Golden Way. There she is. She probably wouldn't be caught dead hanging around that district. Well, I mean, she was already in that district. Wow. Sorry, sir.
Hold on there. This way leads into the necropolis, a dangerous area. You shouldn't go in there unless you have some business there.
What's wrong with the necropolis?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore. It would take an army of us to clear them out, if we could do it at all. We can't even safely post a guard in there. We just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. First time I've heard of them being altruistic.
When did all this start?
Things have been bad over the past few, let's say 5 years. No one has any idea why so many of the dead refuse to return to the Wheel of Life peacefully. All we know for sure is that they're not happy. Not happy at all.
Why aren't the guards doing anything about it?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the necropolis that it just is... It would take an... We just...
Okay. When did it all start? That's enough about the necropolis.
Anything else you need? Talk helps pass the time on duty.
Would it interrupt your duties to talk about the city?
Not at all. This is pretty light work, since no one in their right mind would go in the necropolis.
Alright. Tell me about the Lotus Assassins.
The Lotus Assassins.
Oh, screw.
They are the personal guard of the Emperor and serve directly under Death's hand. They are above our laws and act with impunity. We are forced to obey, or they kill. Even us, even soldiers. But the Emperor either turns a blind eye or is so far under the sway of Death's hand that... I've said too much. The less said about them, the better. They listen from the shadows. It's not wise to speak about them.
Alright. Tell me about the Imperial City.
This city? The heart of the Jade Empire. The shining jewel of all civilization. The home of the Emperor. What's not great about this city? Everything here is taken to its utmost. The most elegant nobles, the wisest scholars, richness, opulence. The Imperial City is the best part of the Empire. True, this is the Golden Way, but even the poorest districts of the city are gilded compared to filth in which the howling barbarians outside of the Empire live.
Filth. Tell me about the Empire.
The Empire? What is there to know? The world bows before us. Everyone is in awe of our culture. We are the finest and purest examples of the human race. Led by the most glorious Emperor, we are truly the people closest to heaven.
I've been to heaven. I have all I need for now.
Stay away from the necropolis. I wouldn't want a pretty girl like you getting hurt in there.
Who you calling pretty? I can handle my own sign to the necropolis. Guard. Jar. I just kicked that. What are you gonna do? I'm turning your city into filth. Beggar song. Ooh, another thing to kick. Alright, so let's talk to this beggar song.
I greet you, my lady. I wonder if you might have some silver to spare.
But your clothes are expensive and you speak like a noble.
I come from a very wealthy family. As such, I have a certain lifestyle to maintain. Parties, female admirers, lots of wine. You understand.
Not even a little bit.
I have to have an income, don't I? My father looked at my considerable expenses and told me to get my own silver.
So you turn to begging?
Of course. I am a noble. The shame of manual labor or the stink of trade must not be allowed to touch me, or even waft its way close to me.
But there's no shame in begging?
How could there be shame? You've got it and I want it. Should I steal it? Never. Simply ask like a civilized soul, I say.
I will give you a silver One, if you explain this mad philosophy of yours.
I am afraid I cannot do that. That would be trade, and I simply will not sully my beautifully soft hands with such. I will tell you for free, however.
Okay. Fine, tell me.
I read all the greatest philosophers and consulted with wise men before reaching this decision. I assure you the philosophical underpinnings are quite sound.
Okay.
Wisdom is only gained by experience, wine, women, and song, as it were. But a life of revel with no reflection still does not lead to true wisdom. One must ponder, one must daydream. Even if I could bear the shame of sullying my hands with work, when would I think? How could I grow wise?
All right. So you are begging in order to pay for drunken debauchery, all in service of becoming truly wise?
Well, it loses some of the subtlety when you put it that way. But yes.
I think the pursuit of wisdom is noble. Here's a silver piece.
I thank you. It's not easy for one such as I. I have it far more difficult than the impoverished beggars of this city. Farewell.
I don't think that's true. See, you'll go home and you'll have a nice meal, and those guys are going to be trying to sleep under something.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth.
That's rude.
You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
What are you doing? Why are you attempt to insult me?
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
I asked for an explanation. Justify yourself, or I will take offense.
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
There is no point to your insults. Defend your claims or cease this instant.
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need.
Oh? If you were behind this, then I owe you a beating. Explain yourself.
An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go.
Where did this man come from? This is a job of the city guard, not me. This city hosts many visitors. Why is he so different?
The outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them.
Perhaps I can reason with this outlander.
That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many.
Maybe when I have time. Leave me.
Well, that is not the conviction I was hoping for, but no one else has been able to help, so it will have to do. At your convenience, then.
Yep, you guys ain't doing anything.
Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
Still doesn't explain why you were just insulting me all the time. I don't have to take this. I paid for this game. I don't have to take those kinds of insults. And you're a guardian, Wildflower. Where are you going? You're a guardian, and you don't have to take this. So we won't take this. At least you don't have explosive barrels right next to this lady. She could have died. Scroll stand. Music and the arts. Music and the other arts are vital parts of life in the Jade Empire. As with any truly civilized people, even the common man can enjoy the benefits of music in his daily life. Only the music of the Jade Empire itself truly satiates this primal urge. The lesser, more savage peoples that surround us know nothing of true culture, and their primitive beatings and wailing cannot touch the soul as truly as have the masterpieces of Water Swallow or the heart-wrenching tragedy of Falling Star. For this reason, if not others, it is our duty as a cultured people to bring civilization and joy of the arts to those less advanced and gifted societies. Learning. What's up here? Sign. Hostel. And a guard, of course. Another sign. Enlightened stage. Were you trying to speak? Someone trying to speak? I'm on stage. It's my debut, everyone. Script stand. This stand is covered with books, papers, and other elements related to a play of some sort. Okay. I wanted to read the play. Maybe even act it out. But no, they didn't want me to do that. Sign. To the Scholar's Garden. Well, let's go to that hostel first. This place is remarkable. Alrighty then. Can't break that. Fuck your pottery. This sturdy door cannot be opened at this time. What? The Imperial City. Look at this grandeur. Yeah. Oh, hey.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. I should have seen it coming. I suspect that we share a similar strength.
You've changed again, princess. Who are you now? Who are you now?
As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well.
It's all your father can do to restrain him.
I told you back in Tian's Landing that the Emperor, my father, is not an evil man. Death's Hand has corrupted our court, and you will help me prove it.
Alright, fine. You'll have to prove your loyalty to me.
I am worth trusting. With my influence, you can enter the palace and confront my father directly about Master Li, this destiny of yours, or whatever you want. But your words will fall on deaf ears unless Death's Hand is first discredited. Until then, entering the palace would just endanger you with no hope of success.
Sorry, my face may be in the way, but just see Wildflower just like right there in the corner. If it was someone else, they'd be a lot taller, so I must get to the palace. What do I need to do?
Death's Hand has almost total control over my father. We must find conclusive evidence of his crimes and reveal his corruption. And I know how.
Oh yeah?
Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery.
A golem factory like you described can't be small. What if we just identified it?
My father may have approved the factory without considering what it could be used for. If we just tell him my suspicions, he will dismiss them. We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are recruiting.
I fought a number of them. I would be spotted.
Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt
No.
it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tian's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it.
Get on with your plan. Let's see just how ridiculous it is. How can this be done?
There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion.
I can do a lot of persuading. You know a lot about the Lotus Assassins. Why?
Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name.
Have I told you my name? I will go see what I can learn in the Imperial Arena.
Yes, I will have my people spread rumors of your interest. Once you pass the silver round, the Executioner will take an interest. I'm sure he will find you as impressive as I do. Or, if you prefer, court the Inquisitor. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. I hear Dongao is closer to the Assassins than he should be. Unless you want me with you, I will wait at your flying machine. You travel with such interesting peasants. I'm sure I'll be entertained for hours.
Wait at the flyer. I will speak with you later.
Of course. I look forward to it.
So you're just gonna hang out with my squad and... Oh. Oh. Note from Princess Leon. Or was that removed? Oh, I can't break this jar! What is happening?
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Aha.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away.
Yes, I can.
We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
Alright. Did you see that one coming from the little girl? I mean, seriously. Did you... Did you see that coming from the little girl that I'm hanging out with? Huh? Looks like you're dead. Oh, and you're fading away. That's right. That's right. Do not ever come at me like that again. Is there nothing in here? Bookstand. Where? The physical universe. A rebuttal. Scholar Xiao Shang has once again missed the central point of the philosopher's argument. We do not wish to stall development, nor do we seek to stop people from learning. Philosophers see the work of the divine in the physical world and oppose those who defy tradition, only because they find those customs inconvenient or outdated. Learning and respect for the past need not be mutually exclusive. We seek only to learn in a way that does not dishonor the celestial beings that give us our very lives. So nothing else here. Got a scroll stand, of course. Donggao, huh? Scroll stand. Configuration of the snake. Nice. Not gonna talk with you yet. And another scroll stand. The physical universe. The scholar's hypothesis. To suggest that I, of all people, do not understand the significance or the importance of the celestial beings is preposterous. I pay my tributes at the temple because I honor those who gave us our minds and our curiosity. Philosopher Zhang ignores the crux of the problem by hiding behind his arguments of divine belief. The scholars have made some recent discoveries, such as the way in which clouds are formed. But the philosophers, led by Zhang, dismiss these theories without even hearing them out. How can we progress as a society if we refuse to accept new ideas and new concepts? The philosophers would have us cling to our traditions, even at the cost of our own prosperity. That's some dark shit. Hell yeah, jar. I will show you, jar! Kick. I don't want to... Okay, good, she's on the couch. Kick.
Wow, this place is so pretty. And peaceful.
What's
But
this?
the Guardian says appearances are deceiving.
Yes, like you, for instance. Floating rocks held down by chains. What is happening? Are there any bones? Bones. Another scroll stand. The physical universe, the philosopher's viewpoint. Though Scholar Xiaoshang has raised several interesting points in his rebuttal to my treatise. Rebuttal to my treatise on the physical world, his lack of respect for the divine is of greater concern than his lack of understanding of the physical world around him. I agree that there are many aspects to our world that cannot be explained by divine influence alone. We learn and continue to thrive at the mercy of the celestial beings. Without their guidance and indeed their blessing, we would quickly discover that research and understanding of our physical world alone are not nearly enough for us to survive. This arguments. Hi. There's you, and you've been very upset. Aha! There any... Let me go around the other way before I even go in there. Because that is definitely a cutscene waiting to happen, isn't it? So I'm going to go around to this face. No, wait, no, first. Got 2 book stands. Wait. Hold on. No. Back up. Okay. I thought the other one would be different. The physical universe, a final word. The final word. The world that we live in is not as simplistic as philosopher Jiang would suggest in his treatise on the physical universe. His hypotheses regarding divine regulation of weather and seasons, though interesting, is nothing more than child's tales made overly complicated. Recent research, led by scholar Dong Gao, has proven that our seasons and weather are much more than the careless whims of distant celestial beings. Our universe is made up of very real, very tangible components that can be carefully quantified and qualified. And then, the Long Drought. The Long Drought stands as one of the worst periods in the Jade Empire's recent history. 10 years of scorching heat and little rainfall took their toll on even the prodigious reserves of the Empire's granaries. Granaries. The sages predicted at least 3 more devastatingly dry years, while those in the Ministry of Harmony watched the death toll mount into the hundreds of thousands. Then Emperor Sun Hai declared that the drought was over, and somehow it was. Through the Emperor's divine will, green returned to our parched land, and stability was restored. Now we go to this head. Tong Wei? It's emitting a weird sound. It's a floating head of stone. What does it mean? Scholar Goo. Here it is. What's going on here? Oh, Jesus!
As amusing as your savage dances are, once again I have proven the superiority of setting your nose to the grindstone and not mucking about. Now bring some refreshments in a proper mug, or I'll take back the coins of my home and country. Don't you heathens know the worth of a proper king's halfpenny?
Generous visitor, if our customs are so displeasing to you, perhaps you should find lodging elsewhere?
Please?
He has a gun.
Leave you lot to your primitive ways? Tell them what I think of that, Squire Percival.
Sir Roderick Ponce von Fontelbottom, the magnificent bastard, will do no such thing. He means to educate you all.
Good lad. Found him wading in the mud, planting weeds. You can't keep your crackers crisp doing that. Can't help you if you don't know the horror of a soggy biscuit. I've given him dignity, and unless one of you has the will to deny that I'm your better, I suggest you start learning. We'll have you in proper trousers by the morrow.
Sir, your arrogance is astounding. We are a cultured people, and this sounds like John Cleese.
What's that? Someone stepping to the fore? Let's have a look at you. A woman? My dear, not sure what topsy cradle you fell from, but in my country a lady knows her place, unless she's queen. The simple truth is that I have bested every one of you who has come forward, whether in tests of wit or combat. You faced a champion of king and country. Now, I didn't ask to land here, but if a storm is going to cast my ship into the very heart of such a dark empire, I'll bring the light of knowledge wherever I can. You must hunger for guidance. You're like children. I mean, only a handful of you can even grow a decent moustache. What kind of place is this?
You blind yourself with prejudice. I can prove you wrong.
Can you now? Shall we put that to a test? I welcome the chance that you might impress me with a glimmer of intelligent insight. But I will acknowledge that I am likely to disagree just because I know you are, lacking. We will need educated men to judge the merits of our arguments.
Arguments? What kind of contest are you looking for?
I've gone to great pains to learn your barbaric tongue, only to find that none of you has much to say. Can you convince me otherwise? I've heard a distinct lack of couplets and quatrains, to say nothing of pentameters. Is it any wonder you people live as you do? I charge you with defending the heart of your people. If a group of judges determines that you have adequately done so, I will declare you the winner.
Very well. I will agree to this. Who shall judge?
Whoever you wish. These five standing here. I'm sure there will be a balance of opinion. The test must be fair. Go on, talk to them all to prove I haven't coerced them. We'll begin the debate when you're ready. Then we'll see how you fare in combat. Doubt you'll do very well. Like the rest, you're all just too damn skinny.
I heard you accept the Outlander's challenge. I'm grateful you have seen fit to defend us all. I would be honored to sit in judgment of the debate. Several of my fellow scholars have also volunteered.
I trust you will judge fairly.
To do otherwise would only help the Outlander win in the long run. If he wants a true debate, we will allow it to progress fairly. Of course, I doubt his arguments will have the weight that he expects. Not here in the heart of the Jade Empire.
What kind of arguments do you favor?
I am ill-equipped to see my own faults, but I, like my fellow scholars, am adept at exploiting the weaknesses of others. Scholars Heng and Zhao are easily swayed with simple facts. Cite such details and they are certain to change their opinion either for or against.
What strategy should I take?
The best course is to appeal to the individual preferences of the judges. We are theoretical thinkers, really. It is not so much the subject, but the tactic that triggers reaction. Each judge will respond only to argument styles they favor. If a judge likes fact, use it once and he will join your side. Use it again and he will switch back just to further debate. Other arguments may not interest him at all.
I'll get ready for the debate. Goodbye.
I wish you luck. I look forward to your defense of the Empire.
A lot riding on this, I guess. Alright, G, we have some words.
I like this Outlander. His foolishness is not disguised behind education.
You were just screaming obscenities in the middle of the Golden Way, so what the hell? Scholar Goo.
Ah, so you are the one who will debate the Outlander. I am the 5th of your 5 judges.
You're the second one I've talked to. The Outlander has very few supporters.
He doesn't seem that interested in gathering any. He's clearly used to imposing his opinion regardless of the recipient's desire to have it. His points are debatable, but his presentation is not compatible with the garden.
What kind of arguments do you favor?
Are you implying that I am predisposed to be weak in certain areas? I can't accept that. Some of my fellows, however, are another story. Scholars Zhao and Kai are easy to predict. Dismissing a weak argument gets their attention immediately and will spur them one way or another.
What strategy can you offer?
Try not to dig a hole you can't get out of. If you can't get everyone to agree with you, just focus on getting as many as you can. Remember, you need a majority of judges on your side at the end of 6 topics.
Alright, I should get ready. Goodbye.
Yes, make certain you are ready. The Outlander will be a challenging opponent.
Well, I mean, considering I've never done this kind of thing before in this game. So you are predictable. If I throw out weak arguments, then you're going to be like, oh, yeah, agreed.
I greet you. My name is Scholar Kai, and I will be the 4th of 5 judges for the debate. I suggest you don't mess it up.
Do you share the minister's disdain for the Outlander?
He is an insult to our accomplishments as a people. If you fail in the debate, at least take him to task physically. I don't care where he came from. Anything to get him on his way.
What kind of arguments do you favor?
I am always impartial, but some of my fellows are easy to goad into decisions if you know their tastes. The minister is particularly fond of confrontational arguments. Respond in a rage and you are sure to engage him.
What strategy can you offer?
Some arguments may win a judge's favor while turning another away. Vary your topics so that you don't end up manipulating the same judges over and over.
Okay. Goodbye.
The Outlander uses flawed logic. Don't allow him to taint this forum of culture and intellect.
I'll try not to, but he is English. Sorry for all of my British friends out there. It's not a jab at you. Scholar Heng.
Greetings to you. I am Scholar Heng, and I will be serving as the 2nd of 5 judges for the debate. I look forward to honorable discourse.
You are the 4th of 5 judges I have spoken to. So, you are 4th. Let's see, what do you dislike? Why do you dislike the Outlander?
I don't dislike him. I find some of his points to be worth discussing, but Sir Roderick is a bit disruptive for the garden. He may bring attention that we do not want. It would be best to peacefully encourage him to be on his way.
What kind of arguments do you favor?
I'm sure the others agree that my tastes are balanced. The minister, however, is easily engaged by sympathetic pleas, as are scholars Zhao and Gu. I find their appreciation of such fawning to be distasteful, but that is one of the arguments they prefer.
What strategy can you offer?
Try to choose your arguments in a sequence that eventually turns everyone in your favor. Don't worry about losing a vote on a single topic.
All right, goodbye.
Good luck against the Outlander. He is a tenacious speaker.
Now, did he shoot that man because he won? Zhao.
Oh, this is exciting. I've never been asked to jury a debate before, and now I'm the third of your 5 judges. My name is Scholar Zhao.
Do you share the minister's dislike of the Outlander?
He is coarser than the thinkers I am used to, but on the whole, I am not as upset by him as others appear to be. He seems bent on disruptive behavior. He should be encouraged to take that elsewhere.
What kind of arguments do you favor?
I haven't given it much thought. I pictured myself as balanced, but some of the others are very specific in their tastes. Actually, you can sway scholars Kai and Gu by mocking your opponent. I don't care for it, but they seem to respond quite vigorously.
What strategy can you offer?
I've argued in this group of scholars many times before. We are so used to each other that we will change opinions just to further the debate. Don't worry so much about what you are saying when you respond. Just concentrate on how you say it.
Goodbye.
Good luck. This should be an interesting debate.
Percival.
His title mystifies me, except for the magnificent bastard portion. I'm fairly certain I know how he came by that part.
Mm-hmm. Aha! Other things? No? Okay. Scroll stand. The mysterious East. Scholars know little about the culture that lies across the glass ocean. The tribes of that land have a sizable amount of gold and a near insatiable demand for silk and spices. They also seem able to manufacture metals to an astounding degree, though perhaps not in as sophisticated a manner as our master tradesmen. Still, something on the other side of the glass ocean bears investigation. Unfortunately, few trade fleets have ever successfully made the passage, and those trade caravans that do pass follow a circuitous route through unenlightened peoples hostile to the Jade Empire. Live it up! I don't know, sometimes like those words are the first time I've ever seen them. So it's difficult to sound them out right away. Done. 13, huh? 13. Maybe? I think Leaping Tiger needs more. Speed increase. Oh yeah. Yes. We'll just put it all into Leaping Tiger. Let's talk with this guy, Zhao.
Greetings and welcome to the Scholar's Garden. I am Philosopher Zhao, one of the many masters you will see here during your visit. I see by your accoutrements that you are not from the Imperial City. I hope your visit here is one of fulfillment and success. As sagacious Tien once said, more valuable than silk are new friends in a foreign land. If you need anything, I will be glad to assist you.
You are too kind, thank you.
As sagacious Tien once said, kind words and respectable attire are seldom a sign of true character. Only deeds reveal the intent of the soul. I am glad to help you in any way I can.
Tell me about the ways of sagacious Tien.
I am honored that you would ask me, though I must warn you. The teachings take a lifetime to learn and cannot be taught in a day. Perhaps I could explain the core principles of Tien's teachings. I could recite the history of Tien if you like.
Explain the core principles of Tien's teachings.
The teachings of sagacious Tien are very simple, but the implications are astoundingly complex. At the heart of the teachings are the concepts of harmony and discord. Also referred to as the way of the open palm and the way of the fist, one cannot exist without the other, but neither can they coexist in one person. Harmony with the world comes from understanding your place in the world. An ant that believes it is a tiger will never achieve harmony. In other words, accepting your place in the world and using your skills accordingly is the optimal way of following the path of harmony.
Go on.
Discord is the other side of the coin. People who choose the path of discord seek their own advancement over everything else. These people will ignore the world and use whatever means necessary to raise themselves above their station. Sagacious Tien taught both harmony and discord to his students, for one cannot be fully known without the other. However, he himself followed the way of harmony.
Tell me the history of Sagacious Tien.
Sagacious Tien was the first emperor of the Jade Empire. He was a philosopher and a leader without compare, unifying the warring factions of his time. His teachings founded this great empire, though there was very little written about Tien himself. We do know that he brought peace to the people of the empire, and since that time, his teachings have guided hundreds of generations of followers.
Actually, I'd like to ask you something different.
Of course. What would you like to know?
Actually, I should be going.
As you wish. With luck, the winds of heaven will bring us together again one day. Farewell.
I've been to heaven. Ask me anything you want. Shandao. Yes? Come closer. I cannot see who you are. Is that you again, Zenji? Aye. No, it is not. I can tell by your breath. Please, come no closer. What is it you want with old Shandao, then? I want to get back to my meditations before I pass away from old age. May I ask you a few questions? Ha! All day long I'm besieged with questions. Master, what is the seventh dictate? Master, how do we achieve inner peace? Master, when is dinner? It's a wonder that I get any peace at all. Well, go on, but be quick about it. What is it you do here? If you don't already know, I doubt I can explain it to you. The ways of the philosophers cannot be described in such a short time. I am the eldest philosopher here, and so I seem to have no end of people chasing me about and asking inane questions. I should be going. You didn't answer my questions, so I don't care. Zenyu.
Hello there, traveler. Forgive my forwardness, but I noticed your arrival earlier while I was at the tavern. That flying machine of yours is truly a marvel.
It is.
I actually have a design for a new prototype flyer, and I hope to get funding to build it one day. The other scholars aren't interested in my inventions, though.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Me? You want to ask me something? Well, sure, I'd be glad to help you if I can. What would you like to know?
Are you Spider-Man? Have you heard any interesting rumors lately?
A city like this always has rumors. Some people say the ghosts are angry and attacking innocent people. Another rumor suggests the Emperor is dying. But I wouldn't believe any of that. Just because the Emperor hasn't been seen in a while doesn't mean he's ill. Perhaps he just wants some solitude.
What else can you tell me about the Emperor?
The Emperor is a wise and powerful man. How else could he have solved the drought so many years ago? I wasn't born then, but I've heard the stories. It's true that he hasn't been seen much recently, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's not like the Empire is falling apart in his absence. Maybe he's just taking a rest from all the hard work he's done. Nobody deserves a rest more than the Emperor.
Nobody. You mentioned something about ghosts before.
I think they are just rumors. I haven't seen any ghosts at all, angry or otherwise. If the ghosts are angry about something, why aren't they here right now? Come to think of it, I don't know any one person who's ever seen a ghost. I prefer to spend my time and energy on things that are real. Designing a new prototype flying machine, now that's important.
Is it though? May we go back to my first questions?
Sure. What would you like to know?
I must be going. Good fortune to you.
All right then. Goodbye.
Alrighty, bye-bye then. Okay, we already read all that. Read it all. There's a guard up here, and he's doing nothing about this Englishman shooting people. It's probably like, I don't want to get messed up with that. Tong Wei! What? Oh! I didn't see you there. This magnificent sculpture takes all of my attention, I'm afraid. Is there something I can help you with? You don't look like one of the scholars. My name is Tong Wei. I am a master excavator from the Valley of the Sprightly Stones. Is that it? Sprightly Stones? I am here to oversee the installation of this fine specimen of rock. I apologize. I sometimes get excited when speaking about one of our grandest treasures. The valley is truly remarkable. What makes the stones so sprightly? No one knows exactly. There are theories, of course. Some say it is divine, and others say it is simply a trick of nature. But the debates truly don't matter. The stones are remarkable, regardless of the reasons for their sprightly behavior. I count myself honored to be able to work so closely with these wonderful stones. Of course, looking upon this sculpture, it is easy to see why some believed that the divine had a hand in their making. Tell me more about the valley where these stones come from. Ah, the Valley of the Sprightly Stones. It is truly a marvel. Discovered many centuries ago by explorers who saw the floating stones from some way off. Eventually, people came from around the Empire to marvel at this strange occurrence. It wasn't until Emperor Yubosi that the stones were used to build. The grandest achievement is the Imperial Palace itself, which floats above the city like a grand heaven. Of course, it uses additional magic to keep it aloft. What are you doing here if you're the master excavator? Everyone deserves a few moments away from work, don't they? Things will be fine at the quarry without me. Besides, it's nice to see the stones on display. This sculpture of Sagacious Tian's head is like an unending well of inspiration to me. I need to be going now. Oh yes, I have much to do myself. Good fortune to you. Butterflies, so pretty. Pretty little butterflies. All right. I'm ready for our debate, sir. But first, I'm going to take a quick break. And then when we're done with the break, we're going to come back and talk to Sir Roderick. So hold on for just a moment. I'll be right back. Back into the Jade Empire. Can you believe it? All right, so I went on to IMDb during my break. I actually have it pulled up here, and there's actually some names that stand out to me, but I was correct that Sir Roderick here is John Cleese. But we have some other people in here as well that kind of made me go, what? So remember Gal the Lesser? That's Nathan Fillion. And we also have Armin Shimmerman. But I guess we haven't actually spoken with the Emperor yet. So that's who he's playing. And, some other names, especially from BioWare's games here. This might have been a very early role for him, too. But we got Mark Meer in here. And I don't believe we've actually come across his character yet. And then we have, of course, the man himself, the voice of Saren, Fred Tedescori. He is also in this. He was Captain Ing in Tian's Landing. So, and he plays other voices too, obviously, but that's very interesting. Mark Meer's in this game. No Jennifer Hale, though. But we got to get back into this because we have a debate. So.
Well, ready to set the ponies in motion, are we? Let's declare some rules and get to it. You don't mind if I make this interesting, do you?
Wait. Why do you have a fork with cheese on it on your breastplate? What kind of change are you planning?
I just want to make sure that this is more entertaining than simply blathering about whose walls are higher or whose philosophers really know what's what. It will be a simple matter. 5 judges, 6 topics. I'll pose my argument about why your foolish land stumbles like a child, and you try to answer. The judges will raise their arms to indicate whom they favor. Arms up for you, arms down for me. After 6 topics, if you have a majority, you are the winner. By the Queen's corset, if you get them all on your side at any time, I'll declare the match over. Now, shall we proceed?
All right, I shall endeavor to enlighten you.
I will pull no punches, and I expect no mercy on your part. Let's see which of us is truly superior. Well, what shall be my first point of contention? I know, the most basic of concerns for a culture, the currency of its economy. What manner of society would use the silver coin as the basis of trade? Gold is clearly superior, which you admit by using it for important statuary. Your understanding of what determines value is flawed. Your rebuttal?
Okay, so we have a different 5 different ways that we can do this. So raging is ignorant fool. You are the poor man here. Factual. Scarcity proves gold should be reserved for higher purposes. Dismissive. Bah! You have no understanding of us. Mocking. Your stance betrays a worship of gold. Laughable. And sympathetic. Please understand that true value transcends currency. I have to go with... Now this is sort of tough because it's like, I don't know how this is going to go. I'll go with factual. Scarcity proves gold should be reserved for higher purposes. Like space shuttles.
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic.
Wow.
I call attention to the arrogance of your empire. You simply assume that all lands outside your borders are the domain of barbarians and monsters. How can you truly know they are uncivilized until you've proven it by conquest? Crush them beneath your heel. You sit here thinking while far-off lands yearn for direction, not unlike what I am attempting with you.
All right. Let's see. So we got those 5 again. Sympathetic. We do not wish to impose ourselves on others. Mocking. We know outsiders are uncivilized. Look at you. Dismissive. Your attempt is failing. How does this strengthen your argument? Factual, which we won't do again. Such expansion must be controlled. The conquered are violated, or volatile. And raging, we don't want to earn the same hatred we feel for you. We do not wish to impose ourselves on others.
Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. Shall I draw attention to your foolish reliance on personal combat? You've got strange dragon powder arms, but you waste them on spectacle and flying chariots. Any decently civilized people would have developed a proper array of personal sidearms by now, like old Mirabelle here.
All right, so I got 3 people raising their hands. I got 1 person to drop his hand after I said that. We don't want such destruction unleashed on our land. That's sympathetic. Mocking, you are obviously hiding a lack of ability elsewhere. Dismissive, simple toys, we have no use for them. Factual, at close range, the advantage you claim to have disappears. And raging, a coward's trinket, we would feed it to you. So, mocking, you are obviously hiding a lack of ability elsewhere.
Well, a majority on your side, but the debate is not over yet. I challenge your foolish beliefs and the irrational behaviors they produce. Dragons, spirits, and even talk of unresting dead. Just look at the collective foolishness that you call a floating palace. The constant superstitious yammering of your peasants even has me seeing it. And how the bloody hell would you get a moat up there? It's ridiculous, I say.
Right, sympathetic, we apologize, but only you govern your own eyes. Mocking, you are debating your own eyes. Dismissive, see what you want. We know what is real. Factual, overwhelming evidence supports our local beliefs. And raging, show us a wonder of your own, or be silent. Yeah, show us a wonder of your own, or be silent.
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic.
I got fucked up there.
I say that you don't seem to understand the relationship between the ruling class and the peasantry. Your commoners are far too happy to be productive. A proper spiral of misery shows that they are doing a decent day's work. Your peasants only suffer because of foolish superstitions about the dead walking around.
Alright, so sympathetic. Perhaps you don't understand the plight of the poor. Mocking newborns know more of our people than you do. Dismissive. This topic is as irrelevant as the peasants you speak of. Factual. We don't feel misery is so useful a tool. And raging. Whip your own servants. You understand nothing. So I'll go with dismissive. This topic is as irrelevant as the peasants you speak of.
Well, you are clearly in the minority, but I can spare no quarter. To the next topic. This will be the final topic. If you don't have a majority at the end of this round, you will have to admit that I have outdone you. A simple criticism. Your ridiculous clothes. Not a decently puffed pair of trousers to be seen. I ask you, what have you done on the pantaloon front? And why do you remain so clean when any sane man knows the only way to keep devils of the dark at bay is to be brash and to carry the air of the earth? Bathing is bad for the humors as well. Do you people know nothing of maintaining your bile?
Sympathetic. We prefer social considerations over scarring spirits. Mocking devils, friends, family. I wager you keep them all away. Dismissive. An attack about clothes. Hardly worthy of debate. Factual. Why fear any spirit sacred, scared off by simple odors? Raging, your odor is a choice. Sickening, fool. We go with, we prefer social considerations over scaring spirits. Scaring spirits.
Well, it would seem that a majority of your fellows have decided your arguments were more persuasive. I expected no less. I could not expect a fair contest in the heart of your city. I was a fool to think otherwise. I seek satisfaction. You have bested me in debate, but true honor is decided on the dueling field.
If that is your wish, I will meet you in combat.
The entry hall here has walls to be up against, corners to be backed into, and floor enough on which to be down but not out. Whatever your metaphor, I'll beat it. Return to me when you are ready, and we will walk there together, just to ensure that no one gets lost or suffers an accident that would prevent a fair fight. Frankly, I don't know what you people are capable of.
I am ready now. Let's begin.
What? Good. Let's get this over with so I can return to schooling the rest of your fellows. I envy you. You are about to experience for the first time the skill that has forged an empire and traveled the world. There will be pain as well, but I imagine it will be almost worth it.
Bloody hell! See what happens when you have to reload after every shot? No chance at all. No chance at all. Damn it.
That was a fine display of skill.
It was a fair fight, Sir Roderick, within the rules you specified.
Yes, old boy, you've got it right. I was really sat down, I believe. Like the fall of the old bridge across the Grand. My humours are in disarray, I tell you. I suppose I should have seen it coming. Your win in the debate was a sure sign. I do believe I have underestimated the lot of you. Regardless, you have beaten me. That's a point of honor I cannot deny.
It was not your day.
Well, there's no other thing for it. Intended or not, you've earned a reward from me. The unsuccessful combatant in a duel must arrange a worthy gift for the victor. I wouldn't be much of an ambassador for my country if I didn't abide by its customs. The Duchess of Almsbottom's rules of engagement are quite clear on this matter.
That's not really that useful. So I prefer something useful, your weapon, for example. Physical strength is the quality I am interested in. I am interested in improving my mind. I am concerned with spiritual matters. And have you encountered any interesting gems?
Here, a bauble I found with a nice weight. It was wasted on some roadside beater. The locals acted as though I'd relieve myself on a bleeding shrine to all of creation. I just don't understand this place. Right, Percival, fluff my traveling trousers. We will darken this garden no more.
The silver tongue. And he's gone. I'll talk to you, Minister of Culture.
A well-fought victory against that outlander buffoon. You showed that he could not best us in battle, mentally or physically. We are all in your debt, but the Ministry of Culture is particularly so. Please take this token sum of silver as payment. You certainly earned it.
Certainly I deserve more than this.
I control a very limited treasury. To give any more would call attention to what has happened here.
My performance was a valuable lesson. What is such experience worth against future invaders?
A very good point. Here, take this. I should know not to barter with a master debater. Do you disagree? I've never seen such a cunning linguist. It is money well spent. Compensation because my own diction came up short.
He was just laughing at you. Scholar Zhao.
You have secured a great victory for the Empire. The Outlander has to respect us now.
Yes.
Such a string of improprieties. Spirits have tricked his mouth into mocking him.
The contest is over and you performed flawlessly. I am impressed.
Thank you.
You have completely routed the Outlander. I commend you on your masterful intellect and martial skills.
I'm just that damn good.
A triumph all around. This Outlander cannot ignore how complete your victory was.
100%. It was 100%. Hi, guard. I never even talked to you.
Welcome, friend. The lecture won't be starting for a little while, though your enthusiasm is appreciated. I wouldn't worry about seating. Those interfering philosophers had made sure that very few people will be attending the lecture.
I see. Could I ask you some questions?
Certainly. We can't learn without asking questions. How can I help you today?
What is your lecture about?
I'm glad you asked. Today I will speak on my theories of cloud formation. That was my first major discovery, though it hasn't been widely accepted yet. The basic principles are really quite simple. I deduced after lengthy study that clouds are formed by the moisture escaping from our bodies. When the weather is cool, you can clearly see small clouds escaping from people's mouths. Similar clouds form on the skin of people working strenuously in the cold. These clouds of breath rise up and collect near the tallest peaks, where it is almost always cloudy. This was one of my finest discoveries.
I think I'll be going.
Oh, so soon. All right then. I hope to see you again soon. Perhaps I could explain to you my theories on the formation of ice crystals.
I'm sure that would be enlightening. It has nothing to do with the cold, right? Let's go back. John Cleese, everyone. I have other things to do in the Imperial City. I want to act. Let me go to the hostel. Damn you. Fine, where's the tavern? Feel like we would have seen it by now.
Oh dear, this won't do.
Incisive chorus.
This will be a great tragedy. Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble and... Wait! You could help me!
Oh?
You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Someone unaffected by the politics of this place.
Alright, what can I do to help?
Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? Some bastard has changed my play! I am Incisive Chorus, the playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. And if not, you have... now, I suppose. One of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. We were asked to bring it into the city and perform here in the Golden Way.
Sounds positive so far. Where's the problem?
The play must go on, but not as they want it. The play has been changed, you see. One very key piece of the play has been rewritten.
Worried they are corrupting your art, are you?
Once you change this scene, you change the very soul of the production. It's hardly my play at all if they perform it their way. They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire. I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole point of the piece.
You're right, that is terrible.
A like-minded island amidst a sea of dolts. Oh dear, that was a poor metaphor. The point stands, regardless. I'm certain the Lotus assassins would blame me for the satire. Of course I would pay you. In fact, I'd match... well, this is odd.
What's odd?
It's just that there's no going rate for female actors or whatever you'd be called. It's unheard of.
There's no female actors in the entire city?
Of course there are, though I'm not supposed to know it. The entire establishment turns a blind eye to them. They deserve that much respect. I hear the bosom binding, pants stuffing, and whatnot is a far cry from comfortable.
Sounds like a lot of unnecessary work.
The irony is that many of them get cast as female roles. Fresh faces, you see, leaving us with a woman playing a woman through 4 layers of costume. Most unsightly. I myself have pushed long and hard for realism. Verisimilitude is the word they're throwing out these days. And what better way to avoid all that unnecessary shirt stuffing? Alas, tradition often becomes a barrier blackened by short-sightedness that is not easily overcome.
Maybe it's time we tore down some of these traditions. What do you need me to do?
I need that fire and that passion. That's what I need. I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on part. I need you to take a role in the play and read the role the original way. You have a most regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no major problems at any rate acting the role of Lady 14 Flowers. If you talk to first-degree thespian Fong up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines.
You want me to play Lady 14 Flowers?
That will be a bit tricky, I admit. Certainly breaking with tradition, but if you tell them that you're already in makeup, they'll, gloss things over. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Sounds interesting, I'll do it.
Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal, I assure you. This copy reads properly, not like that edited pile of dung. Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever, so step quickly to it. Remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make sure you read from this script. Now, good. No, you're about to perform, so I shan't jinx it. Get to it.
Incisive chorus. Original script. Alright. Got some things to read here. Plot items. Alright. Oh, we got another configuration, huh? Awesome. So, the incisive chorus original script. The original script for your scene as Lady 14 Flowers. In this version of the play, your character explains that the end of the Jade Empire's expansion occurred because sagacious Tien listened to the will of the heavens. The theme of the heavens reaching out to the Emperor is explored at least twice, and it contains the historically accepted truth that the northern border of the Jade Empire was traced by a shooting star. There will likely be a book and scroll stand near the stage, where you can study your part in more detail. Aha! We've done so much here. I went through you.
Excuse me. You're in my way, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for our replacement actor.
Good luck with that.
It's nothing grave. Just pre-show jitters making me snappish. If you see an actor or someone who looks out of place in here, send them my way, would you?
Fine.
You again? I'm sorry, but I have no time. Even if you are a fan, I have to keep watch for our replacement actor. He's quite tardy.
I'm the understudy you needed.
You? You're the replacement? By the starry river, that is the best makeup job I've ever seen. We'll barely have to touch you up to play Lady 14 Flowers. And let me just say, your costume makes everything look very, authentic. Yes, well, good job. Did they give you a copy of the script when they sent you over here?
Yeah. I have this script here. Is this it?
Let me see that. No. No. This is all wrong. They sent you with the old script. Bloody Actors Guild is staffing itself with water buffaloes, I tell you. Here, have it back. The script's recently been revised, so even if you're familiar with the old version, read it again for the changes before you head on stage.
Who revised the script?
Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few tweaks. We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are. I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, especially since this is short notice. Ruin your scene and you get nothing, just like normal. Understand?
What do you consider ruining the scene?
Just get at least half the lines correct, and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes. Now, read that script over. Come talk to me when you've got it, and we'll get you into final costume and onto the stage.
Using the stand, you are able to place both of the scripts for your scene side by side and compare them. It seems you have only a few lines for this scene. They are mostly reacting to the other actor. The scene reenacts a historical moment in the formation of the Jade Empire. There seem to be only 6 lines for you to remember, and on the scripts there are acting notes that should make it easy to remember the proper lines. Read the notes for the first half of the scene. You examine the first page of the script, which covers the first 3 of your 6 lines. Read notes for the first line. Your first line seems the same in both scripts. It is simply responding to a question about the color of banners. Your line has you commenting that white banners are flying. White banners are flying. I'll just write that down. Okay. Second line. The second line seems to be one of the lines that was changed between the scripts. There are 2 versions of it. You are responding to a question about the time of day, and in incisive chorus's script, you speak of the heavens sending a message at dusk, and the night is coming on fast. Message at dusk. Night is coming. Winter is coming. In the edited version, the time of day is midday, and you would speak about the flower guardians, an obvious dig at the lotus assassins. Read the notes for the third line. The third line is the same in both scripts. In it, you are responding to a question about location. As the acting notes direct, the key element lies in that a decision was reached on the edge of a great plain. Great plain. All right. And the second half of the scene? You look at the second page of the script, which contains your last 3 of the 6 lines. Notes for the 4th line. This seems to have 2 versions and must have been edited when the play came to the city. In the script written by Incisive Chorus, the theme of the heavens reaching out to Emperor Tian is explored again, and your character comments that seasons change from place to place. Seasons change. Place to... just put P. Awesome. Place to P. In the edited version, your character comments that warmth can hide an icy heart. This comment leads to a thinly veiled condemnation of the Emperor. The 6th line. The fifth line. This line is the same between both scripts, and the director's notes point out that you are answering roughly. Who did the Emperor turn to? In the script, the Emperor turned to the heavens themselves. Turned to heavens. And then the sixth line. The sixth line seems the same across both scripts. Your character comments on how a shooting star traces a border across the sky. Shooting tracer. Sure. All right. Leave the stand alone. You finish your study of the scripts. Let's go. Let's act.
Have you read the script? Do you feel one with Lady 14 Flowers yet?
I'm ready. Let's get this show on the road. Wait, I'm having trouble with my motivation. Tell me more about my character.
Why are you guild actors all the same? Isn't the money motivation enough?
No.
Look, you're playing a noble lady in the court of the first emperor, Sagacious Tien. You're seen as opposite another noble, Fortunate Puzzle. You're bringing word to the court that the emperor has halted his advance on the horse lords. What else? You're kind of sad, depressed even. There. If you're as professional as the guild said you'd be, that should be enough to work on.
I'm ready. Let's get the show on the road.
That's the spirit. Let's get you into the back and costumed up, Lady 14 Flowers.
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart. The fools.
Oh.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but Sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. His conquests of the northern kingdoms have kept his light from us. All the scattered kingdoms have seen the light of his rule, and our emperor's advisors grow in number. The arable lands to the south, all the way to the useless jungles, which were left as nothing for the Monkey King, are fused into the mighty Jade Empire. To the east, Sagacious Tien has spread his light to the very waters themselves, and lo, to the west he found enlightenment among the hills of the 6 holy scrolls. But what word from the wastes of the horse lords? Aha! What is this? White is Lady 14 Flowers. We can only hope she brings word. My dearest Lady 14 Flowers, under what banner does your entourage travel today?
White banners fly.
Peace in the north? Could this be? Have all the horse lords been subjugated so easily? Heaven smiles upon the Empire today. Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most recent to join the Jade Empire. We have had word that the hostilities have ceased. Tell me, most gracious lady, when was this momentous decision reached?
Dusk. Night is coming. Was it reached, or did the heavens guide it to him? Either way, the dusk was slipping into night. Right. Yeah. Was it reached, or did the heavens guide it to him? Either way, the dusk was slipping into night.
You phrased that most interestingly, Lady 14 Flowers. Why do I sense there is more to this story? But surely the might of the Jade Empire is unquestionable, and our will to victory unswayed. And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was struck, where was our noble leader? Deep in the wastes of the north?
Let's see here. It was in the Great Plains. He stood at the edge of a vast plain, the ground covered in snow.
Surely you mean the far edge, the Horse Lord camps broken behind him. There's been nothing but the gentle drafts of spring here in the Imperial City for weeks. With such a chill in the air, was this some time ago?
Heaven's reach is wide, weather is not the same in all places, puzzle.
My lady, I sense that there is more to your story than I have gleaned. Perhaps my own perceptions blind me. It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my questions block the truth? Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for peace rose up, who was it that our great emperor turned to?
He turned to the heavens themselves as they had already turned to him.
The heavens had turned to him? These words, are they riddles? Wait, what word is this from the front? The Emperor sends word of his return. The Horse Lords are unconquered, but our forces were undefeatable. What happened to cease the expansion of the Empire, dear lady?
A shooting star traced the border of our lands.
A celestial event, most auspicious. And so, our most noble emperor saw a sign from the heavens. Our mighty armies poised to crush the Horse Lords and stretch the empire to the ends of the earth, but we stopped. For now, even I see that there are limits to ambition, and overreaching those limits invites nothing but disaster. All praise the Emperor, for his wisdom is infinite. My lady, you have my deepest thanks for bringing this news to us. I shall inform the court immediately.
What in the dragon's eye was that? I saw no treason there. Oh, the informant will suffer for a lifetime.
You there, Lady 14 Flowers. The crowd loved it. Fantastic performance. You managed to hit every line perfectly. Our sponsor may not be happy with the version you read, but I've always preferred the old version of the play anyway. I guess Incisive Chorus put you up to this, because I know I gave you the new script to study. Good for him. I believe I owe you an actor's fee. Enjoy. I'm glad you were here to fill in. We would have sunk faster than a bottomless boat without a solid Lady 14 Flowers on hand.
It was no problem. It was rather fun, really.
Rather fun. Now I know you're not one of the guild actors. They're never positive about anything. Oh well, no harm done, I'm sure. The performance wouldn't have gone on without you, professional actor or not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things I must attend to.
Aw. The role has been completed. Can I come in here now, please? Damn it! I'll go back and talk with the writer. I did as you asked. Give me more money.
Had your, moment, did you?
You didn't come to watch?
I never attend my own plays. No, much too nerve-wracking. Someone goes for me. She is very kind to do that. I heard how it went. Fantastic! The scholars loved it. One's already asked for a copy of the manuscript. I'm sure there will be more. Perhaps as many as 3.
3.
I promised you this, and you should have it. Yes, that's it. Enjoy, and thank you so much. Oh, so much to do. So many, copies to make. Yes! Ha!
Yes, all 3. That's about how many views I get on these videos. 'Cause no one's watching Jade Empire. Come on, everyone. It's clearly good. You can see it with your own eyes right here. Where's this tavern? Boy, am I thirsty.
If you think you've seen this person, you must report it to the authorities at once. It is your...
These bounties won't collect themselves. Where are those mercenaries?
We won't do that till we're actually leaving this place. I mean, so one place that we haven't actually explored yet is the arena.
That's why my men brought you to me. I wanted to finish this personally.
But I...
Don't even try to make this better. You should have won that fight, Zhang, but you suddenly developed that blind spot, didn't you? Did the glint of silver get in your eye?
Joe, honestly,
You needed something for to witness one?
Yes, I need to speak with you in private. It seems Warrior Zhang has decided to retire.
I'm finished here. If you're here to fight, do what they tell you.
No. You're gonna take that? Get up there and stand up for yourself.
I sounded like you when I first got here. Now I'm finished for good. Learn about this fine Imperial arena yourself, why don't you? Guess my spot in the roster is yours if you want it. Go find Kui the promoter if you think you can fill my shoes. He's always upstairs in the 3rd room over or so, and looking for new blood. I'm taking what I have left from my winnings and leaving.
Oh man. We are here in the arena. And the sun is encroaching on the green screen, so I do apologize about that. Let's read this scroll stand. I'm coming back behind your bar. Damn it. He won't let me in. Scroll stand. Imperial champions. Gaze upon these words with reverence, for they offer some small slice of the history of the most glorious contest in the arena. The Ravager. Deadly, cold, and precise. The Ravager refuses to speak and shows no care for the crowd, but none can question his deadly strength. Wildly popular with the more bloodthirsty members of our crowd, the Ravager's rare fights are always sold out. Raging Ox. All of the Imperial City fondly remembers Raging Ox, our recently retired Imperial champion, quick with a smile and famous for his antics both in and out of the ring. Ox's legend will live many lifetimes. Kai Lan, the Serpent. Kai Lan's phenomenal control over magic and his intense focus made him one of the greatest champions to grace the ring of the Imperial arena. Cold and imperious. Kai Lan played to the crowd to cultivate a love-hate relationship that has persisted to this day. Yeah. I think we're going to have to leave it there for now. This has been quite the episode. Still don't know where that tavern is. So, oh, you know, let's go talk with our group because now she is there. So we'll see what people are saying when we return to the group. We have a new companion. Sure, the Emperor would love that. There. Is this a way? No. Damn it. Okay.
Why haven't I seen any activity among the Lotus Assassins yet? You should talk to the contacts I gave you. Remember our arrangement? You secure the evidence of the army Death's Hand is building, and I'll get you to the palace to confront my father.
I'm looking into it.
I'm sure you are, but if you did it quicker, we would all benefit. Death's Hand grows stronger, and my father grows weaker.
I can't agree with this. You don't know what you're getting into. You don't know the danger they represent.
Really? What did you see while hiding in your swamp? I've observed Death's Hand for years, both in the palace and elsewhere.
You could have 4 faces and a different name and wardrobe for each, and you still wouldn't understand. Death's Hand is not what he seems.
Then what, pray tell, is he?
I don't know, but his power does not come from study or skill. He is something darker, and we should not be trying to enter his lair.
It sounds like Sagacious Zoo wants to go back into hiding. Or perhaps the nursery? Pay no attention, not everyone is as weak as he is.
Quiet, Silk Fox. He is right to advise caution.
Thank you for listening, but I want more than caution. Neither of you understand what they are capable of.
You aren't doing much to add to our understanding. Go sulk in the corner like you're accustomed to doing.
This is not helping anything. Are we any closer to getting to the Lotus Assassins so this accursed woman will help us find Master Li?
Oh, she spits fire at last. Now I see how the child left her little village. She has some spirit in her after all. And she's also right. We are no closer to finding the secret plans that Death's Hand has been making. You have to move quicker. Go to the Imperial Arena to meet the Executioner, or speak with Scholar Don Gao in the Scholar's Garden about the Inquisitor.
I want to talk about you. Why has your servant given me a gift?
Did you like it? I thought you might want a little assistance. Consider it a small token of my favor.
I appreciate your gift. I appreciated your gift.
I thank you for your courtesy. One always likes to hear when one's gifts are appreciated. It is difficult for one of my rank to give gifts, even one so simple as what I gave you. A princess is not normally allowed to show favorites.
Then why take the risk?
Better that I give it away before Death's Hand carts it off. He has been quite brazen. Besides, it was mine by birthright to do with as I wish. Must I always be dictated to by tradition, despite my respect for it? Sometimes I want what everyone else has, to be myself. Generosity is part of my character from time to time as well. It is more than most men will show for you.
It is a noble's duty to face hardship. It is the burden you must bear. The power of royalty is the power to command, and your father will not live forever. I thank you for the gift and the risk you took giving it.
You are polite at least. Too many men just take what they can while they can. Perhaps we women are more civilized. But the price I may pay for helping you could be greater still. I am destined for the throne, destined to rule the Empire after my father, but that will be meaningless if Death's Hand keeps his hold on my father's mind. I fear one day he may try to interfere with the Imperial succession. Or perhaps convince my father that he should be Emperor by marriage.
We cannot allow such a travesty to happen.
Indeed, we cannot. I would bite my own tongue before ever allowing that man to touch me. I'm sorry I've ruined the mood. We should continue our talk another time. First, we must expose Death's Hand, reveal his treachery and manipulation.
Goodbye for now.
I wish you luck. Once you have gained the trust of the Lotus Assassins, we will plan how to proceed.
Got some things to say, Dawnstar?
What did you want to talk about?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I haven't had any time to think about anything except Master Li and Two Rivers and the Imperial City. It's all so much to take in.
We have so little time to talk. I just wanted to know how you are well. I want to make sure you are at your best. I don't want anyone distracted.
I've probably told you this story, but when I was young, I dreamt of a magic carp that would take me to a place where no one was troubled by visions or spirits.
Magikarp?
Now I can't help but picture that poor fish flopping in the streets of the Imperial City, oblivious passers-by casually stepping around it.
What a wonderfully absurd way to answer a question. When I asked you to talk, I assumed you wouldn't waste my time. So you feel like a fish out of water? I don't know where I belong either.
It feels odd to have lived with an image of the Empire for so long and to lose it so quickly. I miss Two Rivers. I miss Xingwu, Old Ming, Gu Jin. I remember lessons in the school, and you making some joke that had Smiling Mountain snickering under his breath, even as he scolded us for not paying attention. What do you remember about those days?
Lost friends. Thank you for keeping their memory with us.
I keep all our fallen friends in mind. With all the spirits I see, it would be hard not to. I see the walls between this world and the next as very thin. Come, we should get going. There's a great deal left to do, and I don't want to leave it for too long.
Sky!
Always happy to help. What do you need?
Oh, God. Why is his stuff doing that? Like, why do I have to, like, continue with his conversation? I have to... What's on your mind right now?
Dawnstar has been telling me about two rivers, the Swamp and Gal the Lesser.
Nathan Fillion.
I was sorry to hear about your town. You're a woman with a knack for finding trouble.
It's pretty easy for me. You were the one facing down 3 pirates alone not too long ago.
I didn't say it was a bad thing. We're kindred spirits, you and I. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously, why are you doing this? Details aside, you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus Assassins, Death's Hand, or the Emperor's will. I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your drive, your strength. What gives you that?
People are suffering. I'm going to find out why and fix it.
I wonder if fate cast this burden upon you, or if you rose up on your own to shoulder it. History will probably decide. I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be easy, but I'm confident we'll succeed. It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried.
Oh? Why the concern?
I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, as you intend to. And the few who made it back out were different.
Different? How?
They acted like they didn't know us, or just didn't care if we lived or died. It's hard to say if there's even a difference to the Lotus Assassins. I know you'll be fine. The Assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears. Just be sure not to tip your hand before you're ready. That's all in the future, though. We should keep at what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done.
I'll talk to you later, Sky.
Of course. I'll be here if you need anything.
Why did you make him leave the party like that? Hey.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you?
How do you feel about the plan to join the Lotus Assassins? I will need your knowledge.
It is a foolish idea. You do not understand the seductive nature of the Assassins and what they do to recruits.
Enlighten me.
It does not take much to make a person forget who they are. With a little effort, they can be pushed past any morals they might have claimed. Cloaked in service and honor, even the most depraved of barbarity soon becomes unremarkable.
I will find a way to enter without participating in their foul ways.
A naive assumption. Perhaps you can avoid direct participation, but their fanaticism will still affect you. The rot that is Death's Hand permeates the complex. He was made our leader during the raising of Dirge. He replaced Sun Qin, who along with the glorious strategist, never returned from that campaign. I did not serve Death's Hand long, but when the orders came, he never questioned. The connection is more direct than loyalty, and he instills that in his Lotus Assassins. That is how so many were driven to kill without cause, and why I decided no more.
Zoo, why does this trouble you so much? You've killed many before and since.
There was more to that event. You are right to sense it. But I have kept my silence for so long that I must carefully consider the repercussions of breaking it. I must inevitably deal with my demons. Your destiny demands it. But I must also know that those demons will be put to rest, not exploited. For many years, I did nothing. If I had known Master Li was the glorious strategist, so much could have been resolved one way or another. In the end, I will have to trust that you are enough his student to find a way to protect what I cannot.
We each have our path, Zoo. I will listen when you are ready.
So you claim. I am not accustomed to words having such weight. We should resume your mission. You have far to go. Goodbye.
Get back over here.
You seem tired, Dawnstar. Make sure you get some rest. Our journey will only get longer, and you've been through a great deal.
Thank you, Sue. I'm fine. I will find time once we have set things right.
He's right, Dawnstar. Don't overdo it.
I won't, but our cause will not wait for us. Thank you both for your concern.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode, everyone. Headbutt that like button. Comment down below about this episode or previous episodes if you're just getting into this. And subscribe for more content like this. I am doing Mass Effect on Mondays as a live stream, so check me out there. And, you know, join the community there. It's really great. It'd be really great, I should say, to have a lot of you there. So if you have questions or suggestions or anything like that, concerns that you might want to voice, please come into the chat and let me know. In the opposite corner, we're going to have the Jade Empire playlist. And then below that, we will have the Mass Effect 2 playlist. So you can be caught up on Mass Effect 2. And I guess above me, I'll throw up Mass Effect 1. Just know that that's very old recording. And I was just starting YouTube at that moment. We are a little over a year in to this channel. So, you know, had a lot of learning to do. Yeah, catch up on Theodore. That's the name of our shepherd, and his exploits throughout Mass Effect 1, and then so far in Mass Effect 2. So check those out. I know this comes out after Monday, but you know, try to promote it. And then on Fridays, I want to start doing Retro Fridays. So we're gonna play anything from before PS4 and Xbox One's life. You know, all the way back. And I will capture that and do that live here on Fridays at 8 p.m. So I hope to see you then. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been an incredible journey. Again, I cannot state that enough. This game is awesome. Like, wow. I'm sure that those of you who have played this game that are watching, that you feel the same. Just absolutely like flying under the radar. This game is flying under the radar. This game is, especially for a BioWare title. You know, it's just wow. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Jade Empire. Take it easy.